Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tabitha and today we are going to talk about building your credit score. The fastest way of building your credit score. So let's go ahead and see how we can build our credit score and start doing our financial journey. How first can you build your credit score is what we want to tackle today. And this is a short video and it's going to give you all the requirement that you need for you to build your credit score. So building your credit score is actually very easy as long as you understand the process and then you can pull it out as you go. So let me show you. So credit score start from 300 point to 850. So this represent poor credit and then this represent excellent credit. So let's go ahead and continue talking about the credit score and how to build it. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe for more videos and I will appreciate your business. So let's get back to building this credit score. So when you're building the credit score, we have the point. We already talked about that. So let me show you how they range from 300 to 900 point. So here we have 300 to 550 that represent poor credit score. And we have from 550 to 650 that represent average credit score. And then we go ahead from 650 to 750 that represent good credit score. Actually, my credit score the last time I checked it was in between here. So it was about around 700 and 100. No, 719. So it was good. Some companies they would call it fair, something like that. And then we have 750 to 900. So so that one is excellent. So that's how you put them in point and they range from poor to excellent. So now let's go ahead and see more of the credit score. Like what do you need to understand for you to build your credit score within the time that you set to build your credit score? So credit components. So we have pay history. So pay history, we will get into it in a bit and then show you how you can really do it the right way. Pay history make up 35%. So that 35% contribute to the point that we were talking about. So it can either reduce your point or put up your point. So it's just either way. So if your pay history is really bad, and then it will reduce your point. If your pay history is really good, and then it will increase your point. And the percentage that the pay history represent is 35%. So the next one is credit utilization. So credit utilization is representing 30%. So if you use more of your credit and then it's bad, so it will take some point. If you use less of your credit limit available, and then it is going to take it up. So either way, so it goes down or go up. Credit history, so it's how long you have kept or you have tracked your credit. So this one made up 15%. So the longer your credits, you have been tracking your credit history, the better. So it will put your credit score up. So like, for example, if someone just sign up today, what are we going to use to track his or her credit history? So it has to be built over time. And then we have credit inquiries. So credit inquiries made up 10% of the components of credit score. And another one is credit mix. So this credit mix make up 10%. So you just don't have to cram which percentage and which one should you use as long as you follow the rule of paying on time and not overusing your credit card, and just start building your credit score earlier, and then not going out all the time to apply for more credit and more credit. And then also put some diversification in your credit, the number of credit that you have, just not only one type of credit. So, and then like our job is done. Yes, so you just have to understand like how it works. So, and then once you get that one and be disciplined, and then you can easily grow your credit score from somewhere to somewhere, which is from poor to excellent. So now let's expand a little bit on this point. So one of them is credit history. So no, payment history. Payment history, we said before, is present like 35% of the point. So how well or bad you pay your credit affect the point that you get. So if you pay them on time and pay them in full, and then your credit score will go up. The point will be more point. If you do not pay on time, you miss payment, you are sent to collection, you overuse your thing, so you have to pay more extra interest, and then that will affect your credit score and it's going to go down anyway. So what do you need to do to avoid missed payment, avoid being sent to collection, avoid stressing about like payment, credit card payment? So you have to set a minimum or payment on auto pay, minimum payment. So let's say, for example, you have two credit card and one has a minimum of 100, another one has a minimum of 50, but you have maybe balance of 7,000 or whatever. So I'm not encouraging that you have to only pay minimum payment, but if you set a minimum payment on auto pay, and then you need not to worry, stress about the payment, and then you are not going to miss your payment, and then you avoid being sent to collection, because all of those things, they're very annoying. So if you cannot pay your credit card in full on the before due date, and then do the minimum payment, put the minimum payment on auto pay, and then that will really give you a peace of mind. Later on, you can go ahead and continue to reduce your balance or pay it off full. But as long as that one is taken care of, and then you don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry about being missing payment or all those things. And if you pay on time before the due date, no missed payment, no collection and whatever. So this one will increase your credit score. Your points are going to go higher, and then it will increase your credit score. Another point under payment history is pay your credit card or credit balances in full. So if you pay your credit balances in full, and then you increase your credit score. Another point is credit utilization. So credit utilization, we did say it make up 30%. So if it make up 30%, you have to only use at least 25% of your available credit to avoid overusing your credit your credit limit. So if you overuse your credit limit, it's really it's really going to hurt your credit score. And once it hurts your credit score, it's going to affect all the other things that you need your credit score to use, right? What you were trying to do, and then you didn't have a good credit, and then you went ahead and tried to build one. So you have to pay attention on credit utilization. Only 25%. So credit utilization is how much you owe. So let's say, for example, you were given 10,000 credit card, and then you use 2,000. So 2,000 is the amount of credit you have utilized. And this is the money that you owe. This is the balance, when we are talking about balance, something that you need to pay back. It's not your money. So it goes back to 10,000, right? So that balance, it has to be 25% of your available credit. Otherwise, your credit score is going to go down because you're using like 8,000 of 10,000. So that is not good. It's going to hurt your credit score. So only use 25% or below, right? Very simple and straightforward. If you go all over the place, you are you're blowing up all your credit card, and then you might want to buy something later on, and then you are rejected because the credit history shows that you are not paying and you are overusing the card. So what can you do if you feel you need the credit money and you don't want to hurt your credit score? And then you can call to increase your credit limit, because the higher the credit limit, the lower the credit utilization. So you can spend more money, but it's still like below the 25% because your credit limit is more. But you don't have to do that, especially if you know you can easily overspend and spend money that you don't have. And then you just keep it like that and stick to the game. 25% or less. Credit history make up 15%. So credit history is how long you have been tracking your credit. So anyone who started early, maybe you have a 10-year credit card that you have been holding. So this one does not mean the balance. It means like how long you have that credit card. What how far you have had that ownership of that credit card. So a 10-year-old credit card is better than 1-year-old credit card. So a 10-year-old credit card has higher credit history than the one that you just sign up for. The one that you just sign up for does not even have that much history to track, right? So start your credit tracking, building your credit score as early as possible so you can have that history. Another point is do not close. I think I forgot to add that one. Do not close all credit cards, because if you close the all credit card, you erase, you remove all the credit history that you have been building for a while, and then you are now starting with the new one. So if you don't want to use the money, or it bother you that you have cash somewhere and you are not able to use it, pay it and put it under the bag. Put it under the bag and forget it. It's not going to affect anything if you don't use your credit limit that is there. But it will affect it will affect your credit score if you just close it and close it, because it will subtract some point and it will stay on your credit for a while, right? So do not close the credits. If you don't like credit card, you just pay them and put them away. Credit inquiry. So credit inquiry make up 10%. So there are two types of inquiries. So one is hard inquiry, another one is soft inquiry. So if they do hard inquiry on your credit, and then that one is going to affect your credit score. So your credit score is going to go down really bad. So hard inquiries is bad. So if it's not necessary, do not do it, because it's going to hurt your credit score. So this is credit inquiries that make up 10% is like, for example, you just go ahead and apply for different credit card all at once. You're going to this company or going to that company, and this affect your credit score. They think like, okay, this guy is broke. That's why it's just jumping around, signing up for this credit card, signing up for that credit card, sign up for this line of credit, sign up for this. So it will show that you are financially struggling. And that's why you are all over the place applying for new credit card. So it will drop. Your credit score is going to drop. So avoid applying for multiple credit card all at once. Give it time. If you really want to apply for new credit card, give it time, maybe after 6 months, even after 1 year, and then you can apply for a new credit card. Sometimes it's not necessary that you apply for new credit card if you already have one. So that one that you already have, you can increase the limit. So if you increase the limit, it's just like that you have another credit card. So for applying for mortgage, use broker. Why do you use broker? To avoid hard inquiries from different companies. So if you're using broker, they will pull your credit score. They will pull your credit check, right? They check the credit. So they will pull your credit check from one application. So you don't need to go to this company, go to this company, go to that company, go to the other company. So they will pull it from one application. So that's what is good about using broker. But you have to be careful that you are working with a real broker because a lot of them are scammers. So you have to know, get the referent. Let's just work with people who are real, and then they will pull up your credit score, and then they will apply for that mortgage, and you will have good credit because it's not going to hurt your credit that bad because it's only one application. But for example, if you go to TD today and apply, you get rejected. Go to CIBC and apply, you get rejected. Go to RBC and apply and get rejected. At the end of the day, they will reject you. They will say do not qualify for mortgage because the history that you have been going around applying and getting rejected shows no one really trusts you. That's why you get rejected, right? You get rejected and it will drop with a very high point. So that will ruin your credit score altogether. So avoid hard inquiries at all costs. Do your mortgage application using a broker so they can pull only one application. Another one is credit mix. So credit mix make up 10%, and this one help you to diversify your credit score history, right? So you can apply for line of credit, apply for auto loan, apply for like different kind of loans that will help you really diversify your credit. So only make up 10%. So the other ones are more important, like payment history and credit utilization. They are more important than this part. But if you have the opportunity to have line of credit plus the credit card, and then it's really, really good for you to mix it up, right? Build multiple different type of credit, auto loan, line of credit, and so on and so forth. So this is the end of the video. And before we go, check your credit score for errors. Sometimes they make errors. So, and if you can point out, this is not me, this is not that, and then to help you build your credit. That's about it. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe for more videos, and I will appreciate your business. I will appreciate your business.